Do it work? Do it work? Do it work? Hoi hoi! Hoi 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 hoi! Hoi hoi! Why are my mouth flaps not moving properly? I don't know. Hoi 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 hoi. I guess because my lips don't really come together when I say hoi, so it's just my mouth open. It do work. It do work sometimes, guys. Yo! It do work sometimes. Hi, oh goodness. I'm gonna try not to butcher your name. Jin Quickspear? Jin Quickspear. That sounds like a D&D name. But thank you for following, earlier. Thank you so much. And, thank you for saying hello and coming to the stream. Okay. Yeah, I'm messaging Sapikawak, but I should be onto the game very soon. How's everybody? I'll use this as my intro while I'm messaging these people back. Hi, I am Heather Journey. I'm a witchy wolf, and I love to write. How's everybody today? I know it's quiet, I apologize. I guess I probably could put on some music. No, I'm gonna be into the game soon enough, so. I gotta message a friend back real quick, and then I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be into the game right after I message someone back. I'm getting a call, but I don't know why they'd be calling me. Okay. I'm getting a call from my old university. I'm like a little bit concerned. Just a little. I'm glad you're doing good. All kinds of emotions, yes. Yes, I love visual novels too. Oh, what part of Higurashi is this? Oh boy. If you haven't seen anything of Higurashi, like the visual novels, then whoa, you are behind. I am on part 32 now, which is, I am currently in arc 5 out of 8. I believe there's 8. So, yeah, you're a little bit behind. Oh, you've read the first 3 parts? Okay, so you're only a couple parts behind. Well, if you don't want spoilers, you might want to leave a lurk instead. Unless you don't care, and then, you know what? Spoilers are gonna happen. I'm in the first arc of, the answer arcs. You will stay till the spoilers start? Well, the whole arc is spoilers. What do you mean? What do you mean? Because you haven't seen part 4 yet. So, and I'm not at the beginning of arc 5. I am like in the very middle. So, we just hanging, bruh. Yeah, we just hanging. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to reply to this. Hold on. I just got into roleplaying again, and, I decided to roleplay, well, I'm in the middle of my stream for some reason. It's fine. Everything's fine. I am? I'm the most viewed Higurashi, Mayakashi streamer? What? I am a professional Higurashi streamer, guys. Look at this. Not a lot of people come on the Twitch to watch Higurashi, but those who do, find me. I've been playing the game for so long now, like 31 parts. And the first like 10 parts were just on YouTube. Like I actually had my face cam, my webcam on with my actual legit face. And then, yeah. And I had a much worse mic, and my connection was awful, but I still did. I did the whole first arc like that, and then I started, yeah, then I started streaming it. Was as soon as I got, like, a PNG that I could use to stream with. And then now I have my model, which makes everything better, because you can see me move. Watcha! Look at the witch moves! Higurashi Esports. Oh, that's good. I don't know if I'd want to see that. That would be terrifying. Yeah. Hi, Darkness in the Void. Thank you for coming to the stream. We're just chilling at the moment. I really should have... Hold on, let me find some music, while we're vibing, because apparently it's gonna take longer than I thought. Hold on, I got the Heather Lo-Fi. Please wait. Okay, do you guys want, do you guys want sad music? Like, nature-y, vibing music? Magical, uplifting music? Or my intro break screen music to be playing right now? Jesus Christ. Man, I am tired. I worked today. I don't know if I have enough patience to roleplay with you, bro. But I can try later after stream. Nature is dope. Okay, let me find my nature one. This is my nature one. I use this one for my podcast because it's very, very calming and quiet. So everybody just kind of chill. We're gonna do a little, like, quiet time. Impromptu ASMR stream. That's not how this works, Boom. That's not how this works. I'm turning it down just a little bit for you guys. There you go. The chillest Higurashi stream you ever did see. Yeah. Well, visual novels are hard because they're always gonna be a little, spoily. But I do play some other visual novels. Like, after Higurashi is over, I'm gonna be going back and playing, Alcana, which is, like, a more chill, visual novel about girls and whatnot. you know, just girls. You can show up for that one, unless you really care about the story in that one. That's not a lot going on there. Bye-bye! My eyes! Right? Sorry, I just saw somebody's model. So cute. It's Jaju! Jaju-me-san! Are you... Wait. Which Jaju are you today? You don't know? Gasp. You forgot. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. I finished my reply. Are you all ready? Are you all ready for murder, children? Are you all ready? Alright, Alright, this is not the music to be playing in the background for this. What would go in the background with Higurashi? I don't even know. Ooh, Witch's Curse. I have a scary track. It's the one I played for my, scary, theme song. But no, I won't play any music. Turn that off. Turn that off! The witch decrees that you turn the music off. God of War music! Why? Oh, no. We're not doing that today. First of all, I'm gonna do a poll, and it's not gonna be a poll that you all are expecting. I'm just curious. And I'm gonna make it for 5 minutes. Okay? I'm just curious. Alright, we're gonna start the game though. But feel free to vote on the poll if you like. I'm having confidence and anxiety issues. So, vote in the poll, please. I need your support. It's Renna! It's Renna! Also, I still have the chill karaoke night thing up. Yes. Challenge up if you want to donate your points to that. No one, I'm shocked, has redeemed the hats off redeem because little did you all know I can actually take my hat off now. So, of course, I know what Boom's doing. He's getting all the recorder musics out of the way. And I think everything else people have done before, so. Yeah, I think everyone else has. Oh, no one's done the Scara Witch, the jump scare one, I don't think. Actually, someone has. I lied. Yes, someone has. Thank you, Alice, for contributing to the karaoke night challenge. Woohoo! It's okay. It's okay, Boom. I know you like to spam the recorder music. It's very valid and understandable. Oh, sad. Okay, I'll count your vote as a yes then. Thank you. Alright, back to Higurashi times. Hi, Alice. We loves the Alice.
みーちゃんもなんだか寝不足な感じだよ。
Hoi! That might be a new redeem for me. Hoi! If you all are interested in hearing me say hoi 6,000 times a stream.
寝たの3時くらいだからね。
You know, if you redeem kawaii, I'll say hoi. That's my new one. It's my new kawaii phrase.
眠い。
3時？おいおい、夜更かしにも限度ってもんがあるぞ。
3 hours is much too little. Shion/Mion. I can't believe you.
大方、漫画の単行本が面白くなっちゃって、一巻から読破してしまったんだ。
I mean, guilty. Me with Yari manga, though. It do be a thing.
俺にも経験があるぞ。
あれ？ひょっとして村長さんのこと？
I love Rena's voice actor. She's so cute.
まだ見つかってないの？
Oh yeah, he the mayor. Oh yeah. He's doing great. I went to the Furude Shrine to join the youth group in their search for the mayor. Since I knew there was no way he would be found, it was really boring for me. Well, just enduring sleepiness wasn't that bad. Not if you considered what Kimayoshi had to go through since last night. He had been hanging from the ceiling and couldn't even fall asleep or sit down, since he had to stay on his tiptoes the whole time. Yeah, we committing crimes. It's fine. The teacher explained to us that the mayor had gone missing and asked us if we knew anything. A couple of us said some things, but they were irrelevant. Irrelevant. To me, this issue meant nothing, but it was all my classmates were talking about. Yeah, he's calling us out. I'm not sure if Keiichi knows anything or anything runs through his brain, but you know. I observed Keiichi Maebara. I had no idea if any type of danger was drawing closer to him. Maybe I'd call him again tonight, pretending to be Shion. You are Shion. What do you mean? Is there something I'm not understanding? I told him some outrageous stuff last night, so he panicked. But I was sure he'd calm down after a day. At that time, I heard a little girl's laughter. It was Rika Furude, the last survivor of the Furude family and their current head. I love Rika. Can I get a nipa in the chat? Because she's just so dang cute. I also have a redeem for it. But, you know, if you don't have points, that's okay. However, she wasn't really treated as one. During the family council, she'd often draw pictures or take a nap in the hag's bed. She wasn't even invited to last night's meeting. It was hard to believe such a little girl was responsible for part of the curse system. However, even though she wasn't in a respected position as the head of the Furude family, there were plenty of old people who worshipped her as the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Nipa! Thank you, Jaju. I'd heard from someone that Rika Furude was rather odd and seemed to behave as if she knew she was that reincarnation. Maybe Takano-san had told me that at the library when she was alive. Yeah, Takano-san's dead. She did AF. No, Rika not get zapped. You get zapped for saying Rika gets zapped. Don't be mean to Rika. I hurt you. When Rika Furude became worried about something, the elderly people who worshipped her would make arrangements. It was very similar to the Sonozaki family, but it was also the same system as used for the curse. I wonder, does Rika Furude know anything about the deaths of Takano-san and Tomitake-san? Aw, thank you guys. You said you like my voice. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I have another poll. Because I'm curious, again. Oh, LMAO. I actually haven't seen any of his streams, but I did message him, and he said he would be willing to interview me, but I'm not sure when that's gonna be, so we still haven't decided on that yet, but eventually. I wonder, does Rika Furude know anything about the deaths of Takano-san and Tomitake-san? What does she think of people sneaking into the ritual storehouse? Aw, thanks, Alice. Does she know who snuck in and what happened to those people? I'm trying to work on my voice, actually, because I want to be comfortable, but I also want it to sound nice, you know? And sometimes I feel like I'm a little lazy with it. Especially because I gotta work on my voice for like some other potential characters. What? I didn't say anything. But you know, I gotta work on my voice a little more. So, as the one managing the storehouse, it was possible that she noticed the intruders first. In fact, she was the only one who could have noticed it. She must have passed on that information, which was why the curse was executed. That foolish Keiichi turned the light on when we went into the ritual storehouse. This boy. That light switch could have been connected to some kind of alarm. Rika Furude, the leader of the Furude family, maybe getting to know her would be a good idea. Yes, let's talk to Rika. I want to talk to Rika. She knows nothing, just Nipa. It's like just Monica, but just Nipa. I asked her rather directly. It was hard to tell if she understood. I was asking her in the place of the Sonozaki family head. You'll beat the date out of him? What do you mean? What does that even mean? The date? What? It was hard to tell if she understood I was asking her in place of the Sonozaki family head instead of as me and Sonozaki. Rika answered. The news hadn't been made public, yet she knew about it. I still don't get it. I might be stupid or tired or not understanding. I'm sorry. The news hadn't been made public, yet she knew about it. Although she looked immature, perhaps she truly was the head of the Furude family. Sorry for repeating phrases twice. Brain is not functioning at full capacity. I did work a full shift today, so I'm a bit sleepy. Oh, did I miss something? I'm sorry. Okay, she was done. Sleepy headers. I tried to be vague to see how Rika Furude would act. I had been thinking that she had nothing to do with the underside of Hinamizawa, since she was always treated like a child. I do have a kitty face mouth. I do! I got a little snaggletooth, too. If I, like, hold my mouth open long enough and you zoom in, you can see it. Hold on. Ah, no, please. Okay. The underside, yes, since she was always treated like a child. However, Rika had always said... Rika had just said things about the incident, which normal people shouldn't know anything about. Hold on. If I go to my, just chatting screen, I should be able to zoom in. Oh my gosh, I hate how the game, like... Okay, hold on. See? If I zoom in... Hold on, let me find my model. Ah! My model! What happened? What happened to the model? What happened? It died! Ah! I lost it! What happened? What happened? It died! What happened? What happened? Oh, wait, there I am! Yay! See, if I zoom in, the model, if I can. If I zoom in, hit, I don't know how much further in I can zoom here. My model won't go much bigger. Giant Heather, but you can see the snaggletooth a bit better, see? I got a little snaggletooth. Yeah. And the kitty face. The best kitty face. I'm a wolf with a kitty face. It just be that way sometimes. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be using this just chatting stream. Priscilla made this for me. But you know, it'll be at a future date when I do a, you know, chill stream or something. Probably with friends, or maybe I'll just chat with you guys one day. I don't know. Anyways. Oh no, the game has died again. Hold on, game. Hold on, game. There it is. There it is. We're back. Okay. I just wanted to show you in close-up what my little snaggletooth looked like. You're fine. We got it. We got it. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed the close-up of my face. Fantastic. Oh, you guys think I can be an ASMR streamer? I thought about it. I've thought about doing, like, trying to do that for ASMR for the chill karaoke night challenge, like making that a whole, like, you know, ASMR chill, like me singing but also talking really, really low to make it a full, like, chill, you know, like I can fall asleep to the stream kind of experience. Are you trying to do an Obsidia impression? Do I sound like Obsidia? Hold on. Do I sound like Obsidia? I don't know. I don't feel like I sound like Obsidia. Her voice is deeper than mine. She's like way more badass than I am. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, back to the game. That proves she belonged to the Undersides network.
別にどうでもいいと思いますですよ。
Rika, what does that mean? She answered the question about Tomitake-san and Takano-san fairly quickly, but took a little longer to answer this time. I mean, I don't know if her twin is Urza Scarlet, but she's badass nonetheless. Did she have to think about it? Shit, the look on her face never changes. It's impossible to figure out what she's thinking. It's true. It's true. It's one of her many, many, many talents.
それじゃあけじめにならないのは分かってる。僕はちゃんと反省したならそれでいいと思います。
She always says that every time. What do you mean? Her response was unexpected, especially after seeing all the old people get so furious last night. To trespass into the ritual storehouse was blasphemy against Oyashiro-sama. The village elders had said those intruders deserved to die. Yet the leader of the Furude family, who protected the sacred storehouse for ritual implements, said that if they felt remorse for it, then that was fine. It's fine. I recalled how people thought of Rika Furude's father during the dam conflict. Yes, her father was called an opportunist back then. He didn't agree with the Onigafuchi guardians, who had resisted violently during the conflict. Like father, like daughter. Oh! I'm not used to Rika being so close to me. I'm a little bit scared. I aggressively grabbed Rika Furude by the collar.
Huh? 何をひよったことを言ってんだか。
Shion, I would not be violently grabbing Rika by the collar.
フルデ家は先代もあんたもつくづく甘ったるいね。
That's no good ideas. That's no good ideas.
あんたたちフルデ家が西宮殿がいかに神聖で不可侵な聖域か一番理解してなくちゃならないんだよ。そのフルデ家の仮にも当主が何を甘ったるいことを言ってるわけ。
'Cause she's different. I laughed at myself. I was told the same thing by someone else and was now saying it to Rika.
西宮殿を犯した罪がどれほどの大罪か理解してないわけじゃないんでしょ。
I mean, true.
西宮殿はお社様の大切な場所なのです。勝手に入ったりとかしちゃダメなとこなのです。分かってるじゃない。そこに汚れを持ち込んだんだよ、あの4人は。悪い猫さんなのです。
She calls all the people that do bad deeds kitty cats.
にゃー。そうだね、悪い猫だ。2匹は捕まえてお仕置きした。あと2匹いる。にゃー。にゃー。どうけじめをつけるべきだろうね。フルデ家当主のご意見を聞かせてよ。
Rika really didn't usually wear any expression whatsoever, making it impossible to tell what she was thinking. But while I grabbed her by the collar and stared at her, I could tell somehow. Rika was a little disturbed. I sensed she was trying to see what I was thinking in turn.
僕は2匹の猫さんは許してあげたいです。
She wants to forgive them.
それでけじめになると思ってんの？
Yeah, she's really a sweetheart. She tries really hard.
けじめって言葉が僕に。
Oh, I didn't mean to skip you. I'm sorry.
勉強しよう。
I have a trigger finger. I'm sorry.
けじめってのはね、罪をあがなうってことなの。罪は残せない。お社様のお怒りを放置することになるんだからね。だから罪の大きさに比例したけじめで
Crime and
罪を清め
punishment.
なければ
Look,
ならない。
I titled the episode correctly, everybody.
わかるよね。お社様は別に西宮殿を見られても怒らないのですよ。はあ？あんた何言ってんの？あの中を見ちゃダメなのは、あの中に怖い道具がいっぱいあるからなのです。
Speaking of fun fact, Rika was the one who had the lock on the ritual storehouse changed. The details of that I do not know, but she was the one who had the lock changed.
見るときっと怖がる人もいると思いますのです。だから誰にも見せないようにしてあるのですよ。見た人もきっと怖かったと思います。だから反省してると思いますのです。反省してるから許されるって。あんたが決めることじゃないでしょ。それはお社様が決めること。 お社様の巫女ですよ。
そんなことは知ってるよ。じゃあ何さ、あんたはお社様に怒ってませんよって直接声を聞いて確認したとでも言うわけ。
Rika nodded yes without hesitation. I can't believe the lies she's coming up with. I'm not surprised. I'm shocked.
あんたらフルデケがそんなざまだから。
Don't those mean the
あ
same
んたの両
thing?
親は一昨年のたたりで死んじゃったんだよ。
Or, I guess it's just context.
お社様に仕える資格がないとお怒りを受けてね。
Ouch.
それであんたの父親をたたり殺したんだよ。
お社様はそんなことしないのです。お父様はお社様のたたりで死んだんじゃないのです。
こんなのが最後のフルデケの巫女だとはね。お社様が心を安らかにできないのがよくわかるよ。お社様をお祭りするフルデケの人間でありながら。
I think she's supposed to be Oyashiro-sama, like the reincarnation of him. So, and honestly, I don't believe she's the one doing this because she doesn't seem to like really care, you know, about. Hey, sorry, sleepy wolf. Ooh.
嘆かわしい。
ミーが何を怒っているのか僕にはよくわからないのですよ。
I realized. She was in a position to know as much as the other two family heads. As proof, she talked about this year's incidents as though it was nothing. Nothing. Yet, she could feign ignorance with a serious face. She sure is something. She's even better than me. I slapped her a few times. Ouch! Shion! You bitch! Listen! Rika didn't do anything wrong! And pushed her to the floor. Rika, having tumbled downward, looked up at me with tears in her eyes.
そもそもあんたが最後の鍵が重いから簡単なものに付け替えたいって言い出したのが事の発端なんだよね。
そうですよ。硬くて僕では大変だったので君吉に相談して簡単な鍵に付け替えてもらったのです。
あんたがその程度の手間を惜しまず頑丈な施錠をそのまま残していたなら西宮殿への侵入を許さなかったかもしれない。今回の一件はあんたにも責任の一端があるんだからね。それを忘れない方がいいよ。
Ouch.
もちろんあんたと一緒に鍵を付け替えた君吉家当主にも責任があるんだけどね。
That last part was something I added on a whim. I added it to connect Rika's story to the disappearance of Kimeyoshi. The disappearance of Kimeyoshi. New single by Hatsune Miku, out in stores Friday. I wanted to pressure her psychologically by doing so.
君吉家当主はけじめをつけてもらうことになった。だから消えた。フルデ家当主にもけじめをつけてもらうことになるよ。
Cats. We have to fight right now, really. Rika was still on the floor, tears pouring down her cheeks.
あと残ってるのは前原圭一だけ。
sad Rika.
こいつは古出家の方で頼むことにする。
僕は何もわかんないのですよ。
別にあんたはわかんなくてもいいでしょ。
Alright. We're closing the windows because you cats are fighting. What the hell? What the hell? What's wrong with you guys? What the heck? No one gets the windows if you can't decide and make nice.
憂慮したり困った顔をするだけでいいんだから。それはうちも同じ。とにかく頼んどくよ。
そんなの。
Rika hung her head. She seemed to want to say something, but she was afraid that I might be rough with her again. I doubted Rika Furude was actually at the top of the curse system, like the hag was. However, as one of the 3 family heads, she was a lot closer to the underside of Hinamizawa than I was. By now, that underside was well aware of Keiichi Maebara. I told the elderly leaders of the village yesterday in the meeting that Keiichi Maebara was the last one remaining. I just told the head of the Furude family the same thing. So, like, does no one realize that Mion and Kimayoshi are in the basement? The torture basement? Like, has no one else gone and checked down there? Because, I mean, they're just sitting down there. Like, she's done nothing to conceal them. They're just down there in the cells. Like, anyone could walk in and be like, hey, what you got here? Like, what do you mean? What? Has no one gone down there? Like, what do you mean? That just seems a little bit ridiculous. Whatever. If threateningly. If my threat was effective, the curse of Ayashiro-sama should very soon fall upon Keiichi Maebara. And at just the right time, I would grab my energy right as he took my bait. If the assassin came from the Furude family, this girl would have committed the same sin as the hag. When that time came, I wouldn't hold back. I was going to make sure she suffered, and then killed her. Ouch! I've heard of a torture technique where you pound dozens of nails into a victim's fingers. I already found a restraining table and the tools for it. Oh, she's going full on, like, let's go. When the time comes, I'll pound your nails into your fingers. That gruesome anticipation radiated from my eyes and scared Rika even further. Yeah, I'd be scared too. Jesus Christ. You're going nuts. Shion has lost her mind. I wonder how Kimayoshi is doing. I doubt he died from tiptoeing all night, but sometimes a human can go very easily. He already told me everything I wanted to hear. He doesn't know anything else anyway. On top of that, he was responsible for spreading the infection that was the curse system of Oyashiro-sama. His sins are very heavy. I really liked Uncle Kimayoshi. He had always been kind. The hag was so tough on her relatives, and that's why he was extra nice to me. Oh. When we talked yesterday, I was so happy to hear him say he would forgive Shion. He even said he would fight the hag to save her. That made me very happy. Don't worry. If Shion-chan feels bad about what she has done, she won't be demoned away. Focus, Heather! We're out of time! The world is on the brink of war! I'm sorry! My brain is all kinds of messed up. I have ADD, man. I'm sorry. I have severe attention issues. Leave it to me. I feel such warmth inside of me. I almost shivered. I was so happy, yet so very sad. For he continued to say that Satoshi-kun deserved to die. He said those nice things because he wanted to make Mion happy, since she was worried about Shion. Satoshi-kun deserved to die because he was a member of the cursed Hojo family, but Shion-chan of the Sonozaki family did not. That's what he meant. Yeah. In other words, to the leaders of the village, including Kimiyoshi, members of the Hojo family are more contemptible than insects. They didn't care if they lived or died. Their sin was not only that they despised the Hojo family but also that they let that hatred infect the rest of the village. Therefore, everyone in the village deserves to be a victim of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Valid. Understandable. Have a nice day. Kimiyoshi and the others created an environment that excused murder in the name. If that was so, Takano-san and Tomitaki-san hadn't committed the serious crime of trespassing into the ritual storehouse. Oh damn! That's what her uncle looks like? Man, what an asshole. I'm glad Keiichi killed him. Jesus. Then Satoko Hojo, the last survivor of the Hojo family, and Teppei Hojo, who has been hiding in Okinomiya, might have been the victims. Satoko Hojo. She was always around Satoshi-kun. She expected Satoshi-kun to help her every time she cried. She was one of the people who cornered him. If Satoko wasn't that much of a burden, Satoshi-kun wouldn't have killed his aunt. Ouch. Somebody told Satoshi-kun to commit that murder, and to hide the evidence of his connection to the mastermind, Satoshi-kun was demoned away. That's what Oishi thought. Satoshi-kun hadn't killed his aunt. Maybe he wouldn't have been chosen as last year's victim. Because the commands were vague after all, the curse of Oyashiro-sama fell upon the Hojo family as a whole. Oh, this track though. It's a great track. And no worries, you're free to lurk on Obsidia as well. I didn't mention that, but you are free to lurk on all your favorite streamers. You don't have to just watch mine. It's all good. It didn't matter which member of the family died. His aunt had a terrible reputation in the neighborhood. She didn't communicate with her neighbors. She was always throwing fits, and there was nothing nice about her in any way. Yeah, she was kind of an asshole. Even if Satoshi-kun didn't kill her, the curse would have fallen upon her sooner or later. Their aunt was the first victim. There needed to be another Hojo to calm the curse. According to a rumor, their uncle was living somewhere in Okinomiya with his lover. However, Okinomiya was a little different from Hinamizawa. The Sonozaki family was powerful there as well, of course, but it would have been more difficult in Okinomiya to demon someone away. So naturally, Satoshi-kun and Satoko, who were still in Hinamizawa, became the targets. Which one should be cursed? That was simple. Satoko, of course. She was snobby and lacking in manners. Everyone in the neighborhood liked Satoshi-kun, even if he was the son of the Hojo couple who betrayed the village during the dam conflict. Compared to Satoko, he didn't deserve to die. Therefore, the actual victims of last year's curse should have been his aunt and Satoko. Ouch. Satoshi-kun was suddenly all alone. His mean aunt and uncle were gone. His sister, who was a burden to him all his life, was gone too. Satoshi-kun was such a nice person. Sorry, I became a true West Virginian for a second. Hold on. He would be sad, although he'd realize he was finally free. But time would heal him. Wait, what? But time would heal him. I'd even help. He didn't have to live in his house in Hinamizawa. There were plenty of empty rooms in the apartment block where I lived. I could find him a part-time job, too. He didn't need to go to school in Hinamizawa. He could go to school with me in Okinomiya instead. He wouldn't know his way around or really anything about the school there. So I'd be with Satoshi-kun all the time. I'd show him a shortcut to school, we'd go shopping, and I'd teach him many different things. What an unbelievably happy ending. That's not a happy ending at all! With Satoko dying, he would go into a freaking frenzy. Like, that would not be okay. Satoshi-kun had been suffering so much, and I had been pushed away all my life. But we would finally be happy. It's Brush the Baby Dragon! How you doing? I enjoyed these sweet delusions, but I didn't have any more time to waste. We're out of time! The world is on the brink of war! I was sure there was plenty of old people who had been trying to get a hold of Oryu all morning, and who were going to try to catch me after I got home from school. Actually, the phone had been ringing constantly while I enjoyed my happy thoughts. Yeah, she can't hide the hag's death forever. It's just, it's just not gonna... It's not gonna work. Oh my goodness! I can't stop yawning. What the heck? I must have had a really bad day. Whew. My shift didn't feel bad, but I was really tired all day, and I got a little bit overheated because the temperature actually was higher today than it was expected to be, considering this week it's been kind of cold here. So I wore pants, like sweatpants, and thankfully I did wear a t-shirt underneath my sweatshirt, but I really should have worn shorts because I almost passed out a couple times. I was so, like, my skin was, like, on fire. I get overheated very easily, though, so. Anyways, no one asked. I don't know why I'm going on a tangent. When I answered the phone, I casually listened and replied. As I planned, Keiichi Maebara is now known as the next curse victim within the underside of Hinamizawa. I also tried to let them know that the disappearance of the village chief had something to do with the fact that he changed the lock on the ritual storehouse's door. All the authorities in the underside came to realize the seriousness of trespassing into the storehouse. After all, one of the heads of the 3 families got punished. One of the phone calls was from Oishi. Oh, ooh, is that a good confession or a bad confession? Because I'm either gonna say oof or congrats, depending on her answer. Or their answer. Nice! Congrats! See? I'm glad it went well for you. Me and the romance department. Me and romance. No work. Just too many complicated bitches in this world, I guess. I don't know. It just never works out for me, but it's okay. I still got you guys, right? He had also heard about Kimayoshi's disappearance, and he knew it had something to do with the changing of the lock. I'm impressed. He has some pretty good sources. But all he can do is catch whatever information he can get. There's no way for him to find out where it's coming from. I call Keiichi oh my god. Someone fire me. I'm a terrible streamer. I can't talk. Oh my gosh. I'd call Keiichi Maebara again later tonight. Some of the more aggressive villagers may have already started to take action around him. I'm sure that by now, Keiichi is feeling the danger that's coming toward him. I'd have to be careful that he doesn't get killed easily. If I can catch the enemy before they bait Keiichi, I can use him again as bait. Keiichi Maebara. I haven't known him for that long. He's funny, if not intelligent. Yeah, he's kinda dumb. No offense, Keiichi, but you're kinda dumb. He'll never replace Satoshi-kun, but I do think he's fun to be around. He does have a fun nature about him, though. He is fun to hang around. He's just a little special. There's just one thing I don't like about him. He rubs my head far too often. His hand is as warm as Satoshi-kun's hand, which is why I can't stand it. But that's about it. Keiichi Maebara isn't Satoshi-kun's enemy. I don't hate him. He's fun to be around, but I wouldn't shed a tear for him if he became a victim of the curse. Jesus. No love lost there. Alright. He's not a bad person, and I don't hate him, but he can die. Wow. I won't permit Keiichi Maebara from being killed, but I won't kill him myself either. I'd made arrangements for the curse to fall upon him, but I never told anyone to kill him. Well, I suppose I did tell Rika Furude to take care of Keiichi Maebara. Wait a minute. To avenge Satoshi-kun, I'm doing exactly the same thing as the hag did. Right? See? To try to take out the villain, you're becoming the villain yourself. I'm using the exact same system that killed Satoshi-kun. Keiichi Maebara. I'm just using him. I told people to let the curse fall upon Keiichi, but I've been giving him appropriate warnings. I'm going to help him if he tries to live. If I can catch all of my enemies. I know, right, nerd? Cold. She's so cold. Maybe I'll let him loose. Okay, so the whole concept is like, there's this supposed curse in Hinamizawa every year on the night of the festival where somebody gets demoned away, which it / disappears, and then another person dies, and they find the body of that other person who dies. So at least 2 people every year go, you know, die or go missing, and no one knows why, but they just rule it as, you know, the curse because of the town's, like, religious, like, history with the ancient god that supposedly rules over everything. It's an old backwards country town, so it's a bit odd, yeah. But that's kind of what they mean there if you don't know anything about Higurashi or Hinamizawa. He's different from Satoshi-kun. To be fair, we're in Arc 5 now, and you've missed a lot, I'm sure, so I'm sure you're confused. I'm still confused, and I've been following along this whole time. Satoshi-kun was tricked into killing his aunt, and was killed himself afterwards, so there wouldn't be any evidence remaining. I won't kill Keiichi Maebara. But he can die, you know? I wouldn't be opposed to him dying, though. Jesus, Shion, you're making no sense, girl. That's how I'm different from the hag. Are you different, though? Are you really different? I'm seeing a lot of similarities. Evening was turning to night. I had to get dinner ready. I had to eat so I'd have enough strength to take revenge. Ah yes, I must fuel myself so that I can fuel my vengeance against my enemies. This place was far from the town. It would even get isolated during winter because of the snow. It's not unusual for a household like this to have 2 or 3 refrigerators. There are plenty of groceries left in them. Oh wait! This is the place, where they took the, grandson, right? The grandson that they kidnapped? Back in Rika's arc? I think this is the same place. I was glad I didn't have to go grocery shopping. Yeah, they kidnapped, I don't remember. It was like some big high up dude's, the leader of the dam construction site, I think. His, grandson. They kidnapped him to try to put an end to the dam construction, which would in turn flood the entire town. I could hear the chorus of the Higurashi. People often say that the sound of the Higurashi brings back memories. Ah, yes, sweet memories of death and murder. Lovely. But for me, it's the exact opposite. I've only ever heard the sound of the Higurashi in Hinamizawa. Therefore, the sound of the Higurashi, to me, is Hinamizawa. The sound reminded me that I wasn't supposed to be here. That I couldn't be here. Oh. Who's here? That was when I heard the doorbell. Because there was a good distance between the house and the gate, there was both a doorbell and an intercom by the ladder. It had a security system. Ooh, it had a security camera, too. Wow. Something as modern as a security camera We're just gonna speak in baby talk the rest of the stream, because I can't get my act together. Something as modern as a security camera monitor in this old-fashioned kitchen looked rather strange. Oh. Clicks, mouse. I turned the switch, but nothing appeared on the monitor. I tried to check the plug, but there were a bunch of cords going behind the refrigerator, so I couldn't even do that. Would someone answer the door, please? The doorbell continued to ring while I tried to figure out if the monitor was broken, or if I just didn't know how to turn it on. I only felt like... Oh, my nose. I only felt like answering the door, depending on who it was. It'd normally be easier to pretend to be out, but that wouldn't help me. I was waiting for my enemies to show up. I couldn't just hide myself in that case. The hag was supposed to be sick. in an extremely bad mood. I'd already sent word out that she didn't want to see anyone. So who could it be? I made up my mind to turn the intercom on. If it was someone unwanted, I could just turn whoever it was away. But I had to act normally so I wouldn't arouse suspicion. I had to act normally.
はい。どちら様でしょう。
こんにちはなのです。
It's Rika! She didn't tell me her name, but I recognized her voice.
リカちゃんか。どうしたの？こんな時間に。
実はお醤油を分けてもらいに来たのですよ。
Oh, the whole soy sauce thing! Soy sauce? I almost screamed, but I controlled myself. I took a moment to think about the situation. Hinamizawa was far from most stores, so sometimes neighbors would share seasoning and stuff with each other. The village sometimes got snowed in during winter, but the Furude shrine was quite far from this house. It was rather odd for her to come all the way here on her bicycle just to get some soy sauce. Maybe she was using it as an excuse. Maybe there was something she wanted to talk to me about. That was when I noticed a piece of paper that was on the refrigerator door next to the intercom. We still have plenty of homemade soy sauce in stock. Feel free to come to the Sonozaki house if you want some. The hag must have given that flyer to everyone. One of our relatives sent her a barrel. A barrel? That's a lot of soy sauce. If you want some, bring a container. That's what the flyer said. I see. This would explain it. There was a handwritten note on the bottom of the flyer. Soy sauce is in the storage area under the floor. Give them as much as they want. There was a storage area beneath the floor. When I opened it, I saw a barrel of soy sauce, along with a funnel and a ladle. I didn't want Rika to notice anything suspicious at this point. I decided to share the soy sauce with her.
いいよ。
I want some free soy sauce.
入れるものは持ってきてるの？
お醤油の瓶を持ってきましたのです。
オッケー。勝手に入ってきていいよ。玄関で待ってる。
As I headed there, I heard the doorbell ring again.
みー、内側から閉まってて門が入れないのですよ。
ああ、そうだった。ごめんごめん。今開けに行くよ。待ってて。
People didn't pay much attention to safety around here in Hinamizawa. People didn't think too much about locking the doors. But as someone who's lived in a town, I've always locked everything. To let Rika Furude in, I'd have to go outside.
こんばんはなのですよ。
Konbanwa! She's so cute.
こんばんは。
Rika smiled at me. She was holding a huge soy sauce bottle. She acted like I never yelled at her, got violent with her, or made her cry at all today. Or perhaps she came to curry favor. What? That's an odd way to phrase that. Okay, thinking that she angered me. I invited Rika to the front door. I told her to wait for a moment. And tried to take the bottle. But Rika took her shoes off and walked to the house with the bottle in her hands.
いいよいいよ。私が入れてくるから待ってなよ。
僕も上手でお醤油入れるのは上手になったのですよ。
She looked at me as if begging. I guess she wanted to pour the soy sauce into the bottle herself. I didn't want her to come in the house, but I suppose I didn't want her to wait there alone either. If she came to the kitchen with me, I could keep my eyes on her. And so I brought Rika to the kitchen. We walked down the hallway. I only heard my footsteps. I stopped suddenly and turned around to make sure Rika was following me. Rika bumped into me. Me!
ああ、ごめんごめん。
I made sure she was right behind me and started to walk again. Tap, tap, tap. Tip, tip, tip. Tap, tap. Tip, tip. Rika must have been having fun matching her footsteps to mine. Even when I quickly sped up, our footsteps matched perfectly. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tip, tip. Tip, tip. Tap, tap, tap. I stopped suddenly. Tip, tip, tip. Tip. Rika suddenly stopped too, after taking an extra step. When I turned around, Rika smiled at me. Our footsteps matched perfectly, and when I stopped suddenly, I heard her extra step. I've experienced such footsteps before. It was making me uncomfortable. By now, Although her footsteps sounded the same as the other ones I'd experienced, I saw her when I turned around. That was the difference between them. I left the storage door open so we could see the soy sauce barrel. Memo said she could take as much as she wants, but I wasn't sure there was enough left. I crouched down and tried to open the lid of the soy sauce barrel. Even when I crouched down, I could hear Rika's extra step.
まだまだいっぱいあるよ。ほら、好きなだけ持ってくといい。
What? That face? Hold? Please hold. What? Heather.exe has stopped working? When I turned around, Rika was very close to me. But, who is this? I saw Rika, but it wasn't Rika at all. It was like when I switched with my sister. The outside was the same, but the inside was different. Did Rika have a twin sister? I was confused for a moment. That was when Rika sprayed something from a small bottle into my eyes. She just mazed me? I felt a terrible pain in my eyes, and suddenly tears poured out and my nose started to run. I couldn't stop sneezing either. Yeah, mace, pepper spray is no joke, guys. I don't know if any of you all watched Unis Honest while it was available, but they got pepper sprayed, like, during one of the episodes, and dang, like, it was painful. Like, they had to keep milk on hand to, like, wash away, you know. They said it was, like, it brought them severe nausea. They were, like, just, all the bodily fluids inside them just flew out their nose and eyes, like, and they had spit and slobber everywhere. It was crazy. It's no joke. I couldn't stop sneezing either. As I stumbled around, covering my face, I then realized I was attacked. I shut my eyes tightly for a moment, then opened them again. Rika was about to grab my hair to drag me down onto the floor. When Rika saw me open my eyes, she sprayed at me again. I shut my eyes to avoid the spray, but my nose still breathed in the substance. I avoided the pain in my eyes, but the tears, the runny nose, and the sneezing continued. Shit! Ah! My brain isn't working quickly enough. However, when I finally understood that I had been attacked by Rika Furude. Nice! I got one of their t-shirts, like at the very beginning, and then I got their sweatshirt during the final stream. But yeah, I wish I would have bought more merch from them while it was available, but I was really broke, so... And I still am! That hasn't changed. Yeah, it's been a year since Unis Honest went down. It's so weird. Yeah. Yeah, sad witch hours. However, when I finally understood that I had been attacked by Rika Furude, my brain started to grind into motion. Rika Furude knocked me onto my back and got on top of me. I tried to escape from her by rolling on the kitchen floor. As I rolled, I hit an oven, a huge jar, and destroyed a pile of something on the floor as I fought back. But Rika didn't let go of me. She stayed on top and restrained me. She was sitting on my stomach and I felt intense pain and pressure. She sure could fight well. I still couldn't see anything. Rika had the upper hand, my eyes were shut, and I was in real danger. As I tried to blink, I saw Rika's expression. I didn't know Rika Furude all that well. I only knew her from the few times we met when I went to school as Mion, and from the things I've heard from other people. But as far as I knew, there was no way Rika Furude would ever do something like this. This just was impossible. 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 No, I can't fill my head with that word. I had to calm down and figure out what to do next. Shit, I'm too much of a mess to even think. I tried to peek at her face again. She still had the spray bottle in one hand. What I didn't expect was the thing in her other hand. How could I mistake it for anything else? It was definitely... Is it a needle? A syringe. Yeah, for some reason I remember this scene from the anime. I don't know why. When Rika realized I'd regained my eyesight, she pointed the spray bottle right at me and let loose with it. I shut my eyes tightly and tried to ignore the pain, but that was when, even though I was blinded, Rika made a miscalculation. She had sprayed at me from such a close distance that she inhaled the substance as well. I heard Rika sneezed and realized that it was my chance. Even if I couldn't see it, I knew she was right there. I hit Rika's face a few times. When I felt Rika's weight shift, I escaped. Ooh. I then got my stun gun ready. Rika must have inhaled just a little bit of the spray. She wasn't sneezing anymore and was glaring at me instead. Rika's expression didn't change, but I was sure she was disappointed that her surprise attack was a failure. Rika flinched just a little, but she was still holding the spray bottle and aiming it at my eyes. She was trying to use the spray first, and then giving me the shot. I didn't know what was in that syringe, but it was a clear liquid. It had to be something bad. She wanted to take my eyesight, get on top of me, and then give me the shot. If whatever was in the syringe took a while to take effect, I might have the chance to fight back and seriously injure Rika. But Rika's surprise attack told me that just being injected was more than enough. In other words, whatever the effect, it would start to work immediately. Therefore, I wouldn't be able to fight back against her. It'd probably either knock me out or kill me. Yeah, they showed it as such an odd scene, which just, like, freaked me out. I was like, what is going on? In any case, what I had was equally deadly. My stun gun was very powerful. Just one shot would be all it took. What happened before was proof of its power. Rika knew my stun gun was a lot more powerful than her spray. She was being extremely cautious. I can't beat the shit out of you without coming closer. I threw a pile of newspapers at her. The pile wasn't tied together, so the newspapers flew all over Rika. I jumped at her immediately after. I shoved my stun gun into her and pulled the trigger. Rika spasmed and fell to the floor. You fool, hesitating in a fight where a single blow wins. Only amateurs just glare at each other. You don't have a single clue about how advantageous the first strike is when a single blow can decide everything. You have 3 blue eyes white dragons. Your argument is invalid. You've activated my trap card. The spray bottle rolled on the ground, but she still had the syringe. Rika was down, but I couldn't let my guard down either. I kicked her in the side and clambered on top of her. I took the syringe. I held Rika's arm down and gave her the shot. My actions could hardly be called gentle. Nani? I injected her violently. I injected everything that was in the syringe. Rika began to convulse. I stood back and watched for what happened to her body. Of course, I still had my guard up. While I assumed that the drug would incapacitate her immediately, I didn't know exactly what kind of reaction she would have. For a few more convulsions, Rika unsteadily got to her feet. Oh dang, she's still going. That's ridiculous. How could she even stand? I looked at my stun gun. Damn it. The power was on the lowest setting. Maybe it had been readjusted while we were rolling around on the floor. I changed the setting to maximum. Rika turned pale and started sweating all over. I didn't know exact effects, but if Rika had given me the shot, I'd be the one experiencing her symptoms. She looked really sick, so obviously she must have been feeling awful too. She couldn't even focus. She was very wobbly and her hand on the wall. She'd lost her balance, and it must have been hard for her to even stand. She didn't look so brave anymore. Rika wobbled some more and moaned as if she was about to throw up. How dare you do this to Rika? Hanyu! 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 That's the other girl that looks a lot like Rika that I've seen in pictures in the opening, but I actually have never met. I think she's in the next arc. Rika looked scary as she moaned and wobbled, but at the same time, she looked kind of funny too. Certainly, she hadn't even dreamed that she'd be getting the shot herself. If she's not in the next arc, then she's in the one after. As the man sows, so shall he reap. That's what you get. this bitch. I hate Shion so much right now. Sure, Rika did kind of attack her, but Shion is such a bitch right now. Wow. Like, Shion deserves to die. I don't blame Rika at all. She's got Omen, Kimiyoshi, and Mion, like, hung up in torture chamber. She's killed accidentally, I mean, of course, but, like, she killed her grandmother, threw her down a pit, and then, she's using Keiichi as bait. Like, dang, she's so awful. And she was planning to use the nail torture device on Rika the whole time. A children's card game. It's to say, Squid Game rules, where you die if you lose. I walked up to Rika, my stun gun making popping sounds. When Rika saw the sparks from the stun gun, she moved to grab a huge kitchen knife. Oh yeah? Oh, I remember this scene. This is so gruesome. There's about to be a huge trigger warning, guys. I'm not gonna comment, because that's spoilers. Y'all have to watch and find out. You torture maniac, right, Rika? What she said wasn't anything I expect to hear from the Rika I knew, but I didn't hesitate. I had the advantage, so I didn't need to worry. Besides, this was coming from the last survivor of the Furude family, one of the 3 families. The sudden change somehow felt natural. If it's the scene I remember, and if I remember it correctly, I know what happens. I know what she does with that knife. Yep. Yep, I know. It was clear who held the advantage here. But despite that, an odd thrill filled both of us. We lost our minds wasn't a fitting phrase for the people of Hinamizawa. It was a feeling of release, where modern demons could stop pretending to be human. Yes, this was a mad banquet of demons, with the savoring of blood and devouring of flesh. Attended by the head of the Furude family and the head of the Sonozaki family, the old families whose blood is closest to the madness of the demons. I stood in front of the hallway so as to block her escape route. The windows had grates on it, and the door had a safety chain on it. If she turned around, I'd hit her with my stun gun. In this situation, what did Furude mean by taking her leave? My model looks hella worried. It's just the way the eyebrows furrow, but I guess that's just how my face is right now. Rika got her knife ready. I expected her to aim at my stomach when she attacked, so I took a stance with my stun gun ready in my hand. Rika, however, suddenly turned around. I carefully watched to see what her next move would be. This is the trigger warning, guys, right here. If you are squeamish and cannot handle yeah, cannot handle gruesome content, then I would lurk or leave altogether right now. This is very, very, very bad. Rika put the handle of the knife to the wall and held it in place. What was she doing?
じゃあね。さよなら、冷血女。お前なんかに殺されてたまるか。
Rika reared her head back and slammed her throat against the knife on the wall. Her blood splattered all over. Rika bent backwards and repeatedly let the knife slash at her throat. Again and again. Her neck and chest were dyed red. I'd always thought blood was darker. But her blood wasn't dark. It was so bright. I must have been confused, but it looked pretty. After doing this several times, Rika turned around. Her eyes were wide open. She didn't look like she was far from this world. Her face looked like something both living and dead, both real and artificial. It was very scary, eerie, and above all else, pale. Although her face looked unearthly, it was a very appropriate face for a demon. I didn't have a mirror, so I couldn't tell, but I was sure I looked exactly like her. Rika continued to violently slash her throat. Reminded me of someone trying to break a huge piece of ice with an ice pick. It was exactly what Rika looked like. The white chips of ice coolly flying through the air. What I saw before me was a beautiful sight. Shion, you are a sadistic bitch. Also, after one slash, like, right through your throat, wouldn't you just die on the spot? Like, that's... I guess it depends on how, like, I don't know, deep the knife goes. Every time Rika struck her throat, tiny drops of red blood splattered the boring white world around her. It was like a dance, a dedication dance to the final head of the Furude family. The demon's last chance of dedication to Oyashiro-sama. True, this is anime, true. True. Also, I thought in the anime that she, like, stabbed herself in the head, not the throat. Or maybe that's just one thing the anime got wrong. Or maybe I watched it wrong. I don't know. Maybe I remember differently. Upon seeing that literally blood-curdling dance, I let out a fierce roar. I had no reason to do so. I was howling like an animal. We were like animals trying to kill each other, both getting covered in blood. And inevitably, as one convulsed in a pool of that blood, the other threw back its head and howled. My body shivered with the joy I felt inside me. This was death, the most final of judgments, and it was right before me. The demons howled, screamed, and roared. The roars faded, and my voice started to change from the voice of a demon back to that of a human. As a demon, I roared, but as a human, I sneered. Rika was covered in blood from her neck down. Her blood was pouring out, making a little noise. Rika was still staring into my eyes. I stared back at her. I wasn't sure they were still eyes, though. They were no longer human eyes, but the eyes of the dead. Rika. No, Rika's corpse vomited blood from her mouth and nose and smiled. Then she dropped the knife. She stuck her hands out and turned her palms upward. Her wriggling fingers reminded me of an insect's legs. Those fingers reached out for her own throat. I'd never seen anything like it. I'd never seen anybody do this before. Because Rika was scratching her own throat. She was ripping her own throat apart. That's what Tomitake-san was doing. Maybe that wasn't a good description. She was trying to rip out the inside of her throat through the opening she'd made with the knife. Her fingers found the biggest tear. Rika smiled. At least that's what I would have called it if she were alive. She ripped open the tear in one tug. This is what I meant when I said trigger warning, guys. My eyes, my brain. It's tainted. My mind's eye. Yes. Ah, it's so gross. The only scene like as gross as this one was also another Rika death, but it was the one in Satoko's arc where like Keiichi finds her body like and the crows are just picking apart her body like piece by piece and just gross. Gory stuff to me is just woo, like it just it's just disgusting. I don't like it. I mean, I've heard / seen worse too. I've watched all the Saw movies and played Dead Space and stuff, but ooh, something about like this scene is just Upon hearing my scream, Rika died and fell on her face into the pool of blood. That was it. She didn't get up again to show me her throat. I stepped back from Rika Furude's body and bumped into the wall in the hallway. Is that a yell? Roar! I roared again in admiration of the ritual dance of dedication of the head of the Furude family. I'm pretty sure that's not how she said that. I just don't know how to make that sound right. Joy ran through my body, and my blood rushed through my veins. This sadistic bitch. I hope she dies bloody. I then realized I'd disposed of the heads of the 3 families, the core of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Everything was finally exposed. The curse of Oyashiro-sama and its masterminds were all exposed. I disposed of the leaders of the 3 families who all killed Satoshi-kun. The head of the Sonozaki family died of a heart attack. She was at the bottom of the well, along with a wheelchair. I apprehended the head of the Himeyoshi family. He continued to tiptoe until he died. The head of the Furude family died, in a way that was perfect for the final head of the 3 families of Onigafuchi. I did it. I accomplished my mission. I defeated all the masterminds who killed Satoshi-kun with the curse. Every one. Satoshi-kun, you were powerless. You didn't have the means to fight back. Those evil people simply sneered while they let you die. After marking you as a member of the cursed Hojo family, I will never ever forgive them. I believed you deserved to die because you were one of the Hojos. As long as it was done by the curse of Oyashiro-sama, they didn't care how you were killed. I will never forgive those people for creating this world. What could I have done to save you, Satoshi-kun? I couldn't save you. Shion Sonozaki couldn't do anything else at the time. It was Mion, not Shion. If it was Mion that day, I could have saved you. Mion could have saved you. That's right, I remember now. Shion. She said she wanted to eat red snapper sashimi that day. I was supposed to eat that. But Shion pouted and cried. That was why I let her switch just for that night. I did it to make her happy, like a big sister would. The killer of which person? Because there's a lot of death going on and a lot of murder, in case you haven't noticed. Shion was never treated well, so I felt bad. That was it. I was being a good sister, that was it. When morning came, the world had been turned upside down, and it had remained so until today. We weren't twins anymore. The one with the demon was Mion, and the one without the demon was Shion. What was that supposed to mean? Wait, Mom, listen. I'm Mion, not her. You could tell us apart, right, Mom? Look, can't you tell I'm Mion? Come on, everyone, tell me I'm Mion. I'm Mion. Don't call me Shion. I'm Mion, I am. What is happening?
その時、私ははっきり悟ったよ。あんたは知っていたんだ。あの夜、親類たちが集まって何をするのか、ただの宴会じゃないって知っていたんだ。
She's having a full-on revelation after Rika just freaking murdered herself in front of her. What the hell?
知らない。本当に知らなかったの。はあ？なわけないでしょ。あんた、あの日だけ嫌にしつこく絡んできたじゃない。タイの刺身なんて食べたことない。食べてみたい。いつもミオンばかりずるい。私にもって。普段ならおとなしく納得するくせに。知らないの。本当に知らなかったの。あんな恐ろしいことになるなんて思ってたら絶対に言わなかった。 どうだか。あんたはいつも妬んでたじゃない。ミオンばかりいい目にあってずるいって。だから私が気を利かせてたまに入れ替わってあげてたんじゃない。あんたはそれに満足していなかった。より一層妬んでいったんだ。そしてあの夜の意味を自分だけ知り、私から奪ったんだ。
What we're seeing now is like a second side to an earlier story where all this happened off screen and we were very convinced it was someone else. Wait. You mean like in the second arc?
ミオンを奪ったんだ。ミオンを返せ。私がミオンなんだ。
You're not Mion, you are the demon.
私が園崎ミオン。お前はシオンなんだよ、シオン。ミオンを語るな、偽物が。
I kicked the bars of the cell repeatedly while I roared. Compared to my roar, the metallic noise of the bars sounded like the cry of a little puppy. I had been convinced by something so stupid. The tattoo of the demon was just a way of telling us apart. Even without the tattoo, I am Mion. That's right, I am Mion Sonozaki. I gathered my hair and put it in a ponytail with the yellow band that Mion used all the time. Since I didn't feel my hair on my neck, I felt like I could think more clearly now. Two Mions looked at each other through the iron bars. According to our sibling rules, that was never to happen. Yes, there was only one Mion and one Shion. There could never be two of either at the same time.
髪をほどけシオン。ミオンは私だ。ミオンはここにいる。お前がミオンじゃない。だから語るな、二度と私を語るな。聞いているのか、シオン。
Why all of a sudden does she want to be Mion? I'm so confused.
聞こえているのか。聞こえているなら返事をしろ。私に返事を届かせろ、シオン。
I took myself back on this day. Shion admitted she was Shion.
ミオンであることがこんなにも素晴らしいなんて。すごいよ。体全体が言うことを聞く。頭の回転が優れた気がする。
My mouth's just open in like utter shock. I'm just like,
そうだよ。ミオン
what?
は万能なんだ。ミソカスのシオンとは違う。落ちこぼれのくせに下手なミオンのふりなんかしやがって。それが私にとってどれだけむずがゆかったことかわかるでしょ、あんたになら。シオン。はい。おね。
Shion called me sis. And so I was Mion. The demon who had been asleep deep inside of me was finally allowed to wake up. The demon roared and my whole body shivered to express its joy.
シオン、あんたには罪がある。あんたは今までミオンだった。
Hold on, please hold. Who committed a great sin? Hold on. Are we talking about the same person right now? Who committed the great sin here? Who has been murdering people and torturing people? Alright.
園崎家の鬼を継ぐミオンという強い立場がありながら、サトシ君を救わなかった、救おうとしなかった。
Listen, Satoshi was never gonna be saved. Get over it.
サトシ君を救うための100億の瞬間があったはずなのに、あんたはその全てを見殺しにすることを選んだんだ。私は許さない、お前を許さない。お前が私だったらサトシ君を救えていたのに。お前が私を奪いサトシ君を殺したことを
I'm slowly losing my damn mind. So is Shion. Shion was shaking on the other side of the bars.
私はお前を殺すだろう。絶対に殺す。サトシ君の胸に見合う殺し方をしてやる。お前を一番残酷に殺す方法が何なのか、今日から毎日考えて過ごしてやる。シオンは私がそれを思いつくまでのわずかな日々を、いつ殺されるのかどう殺されるのかに怯えながら過ごすがいい。
Oh my god, I'm so tired. That's like the 5th time I've yawned.
簡単には殺さない。むごたらしく殺す。
Whew.
殺した後はサトシ君と同じ井戸に放り投げてやる。そしてサトシ君にあの世で謝ってこい。 それが私を語り続けてきたことへの報いだ。報い報い、お前の罪。うわー
Oh my god. I needed to at least clean up the kitchen. While I was putting old newspapers on the floor to absorb the blood, the phone rang. Oh, of course. I didn't want to answer, but maybe I should. I should answer and talk to whoever it was.
はい、園崎です。
いつもお世話になってるでございます。北条と申しますですわ。
I was surprised to hear the Hojo name, but I realized right away that it was Satoko. Slams the phone down.
さとこ、どうしたの？
夜分遅くに申し訳ありませんわね。うちのリカがお邪魔してませんこと？
Ah, yes. Ever since Satoko Hojo was abandoned, she had been living with Rika Furude. Of course she gets suspicious that Rika hadn't returned
あ
yet.、
来てるよ。
あら、まだお邪魔してますの？もう夕飯の時間ですのに。
ねえさとこ、実はね、今日さ、ちょいとおかずを作りすぎちゃったよね。
No, she's not! She's gonna murder Satoko too. Oh, this bitch. Listen here. Listen here. I'm gonna run myself into this game. Break the fourth wall. I am going to curse this bitch until she dies.
リカちゃんにも夕食を振る舞ってるんだよ。
そうなんでございますの？
さとこも来なよ。
This
さとこの分もあるからさ。リカちゃんはもう食べてるよ。
もうリカったら。わかりましたわ。ちょっと片付けをしてから参りますわね。ではごめん遊ばせ。
待ってるからね。
I hate her. I hate her so much.
じゃ。
Click. Oh my god. I hate her so much. Wow. Video games are fun. Yeah, right.
さっきから呼んでるぞ。電話だ。園崎さんから。
Kitty? Is there Kitty?
園崎さんってどっち？
Yeah, which one? I love this insult. This basement dwelling, toenail sniffing, rat carcass eating garage goblin. That's my favorite. Thank you. Thank you for that insult. I love that.
あれ？妹？
そんなのは知らん。自分で出てきなさい。
Apparently, they're the same person now, and they've switched places. So I don't know what's going on. They were Shion and Mion, and now they're Mion and Shion, and they've just switched. But, like, apparently they're both one and the same at the same time. So you got me.
もしもし。ミオンか？シオンか？
私です。シオンです。こんばんは。
シオン。ゆうべはすまなかった。
Oh my god. And I'm just thinking about this, like, back in Arc 2, you were in Keiichi's perspective. He had no freaking clue what was going on. He had no idea that Rika just murdered herself, that Shion has freaking 2 people locked away in the basement and murdered her grandmother. He has no freaking clue what she's done. No wonder. No wonder I was all confused. 'Cause he's an idiot and he doesn't know anything.
つい興奮して
He thinks Shion is on his side, and she's using him as bait! This bitch! He must have been worried about how I hung up the phone so suddenly last night.
私たちは運命共同体なんです。互いの無事の確認が自分たちの安全の唯一の保証なんです。
ああ、それについては同感だ。
だから私たちは互いの知っている情報を共有する必要があります。高野さんたちみたいな死に方をしないために。
Gulp. I heard Keiichi swallow loudly.
では、昨日の続きを話します。もう怒らないで聞いてくれますよね。
ああ、大丈夫だ。
Keiichi agreed to be quiet and listen. I explained the dangerous situation Keiichi was in once again. Just like how some evil people in the village attacked Takano-san and Tomitake-san, they might attack us any day. It was ironic, of course, that while I was warning him, I was also the one who made sure the curse would fall upon him.
互いに何か気になることがあったら報告し合いましょう。互いの持つ小さな断片を合わせていけば、ひょっとすると高野さんたちを殺した、いえ、今年の事件に限らない。過去の連続事件を解決する鍵が見つかるかもしれません。
うん、そうだな。確かにそうだ。
では、まずは言い出した私からいきます。最近誰かに監視されているような気がします。
Oh goodness, it's two kitties. Hello, kitties. You can shove the door open, it's okay. It's allowed. I was making this up. I just wanted him to realize how urgent the situation was.
と言っても気のせいかもしれません。
I hate being from her perspective now.
でも一応報告します。
It's like pain to play from her perspective, knowing how terrible she is.
今は気のせいだと思っていますけど、もしもケイちゃんも同じように
Kitties.
誰かに監視されているよう
Hello,
に感じるなら。
Kitty. How are you, darling? Oh goodness, I'm dropping things. Hi. What are you doing? Boop. I booped the snoot. You added Squidward looking ass. Okay. That's valid.
これは気のせいじゃないのかもしれませんから。
そういうことなら安心しろ。
It's Cordy! Aw, I see a cutie in my chat too.
少なくとも俺の方は大丈夫だ。
Thanks for coming to the stream, Cordy. How are you doing? It seemed like nothing had happened to Keiichi today, at least. Now that the heads of all the three families were gone, it was possible the curse system had been destroyed entirely. If that was the case, then Keiichi may not be attacked after all. But if this was someone who did want to attack him, that meant part of the system was still alive. In other words, my mission wouldn't be accomplished just yet. Keiichi's like a litmus test in this situation. A what test? I'd know whether or not all my enemies were gone depending on if Keiichi got bitten. He sure is a very useful man. Aw, I'm so glad you're feeling better, Cordy. That's so nice. And I started feeling worse today, so... Rip. What goes around comes around, I guess. After that, I went along with what Keiichi said. Oh, okay, it determines pH levels. I gotcha. I wasn't sure what that was called, but I know what that is. Okay, got you. I made sure he was fearful of Mion as well as of the three families. I explained to him the possibility that the whole village was involved and that the curse of Oyashiro-sama might be some sort of system. Then I remembered Shion wouldn't know too much about the disappearance of the mayor, so I continued.
私もついさっき聞いたんですが
Yeah, I just got the mayor, you know, hanging from his tiptoes in the basement. It's fine.
君吉のおじいちゃんが行
It's
方不明になったって
fine.
村長さんのことか。なんだシオン、聞いてないのか。
Kitty, can I pet you? Yeah, I get kitties. Wow, I can pet the kitties. Yes.
何も知らな
It's
い
my
です
goal in life to pet all
お父
cats.
さんが電話でそう話してるのをまた盗み聞いただけですから
It's my ultimate goal. Screw getting a job. And if I do get a job, a professional job, you know, my dream job, it's gonna be petting cats all day.
ああ、
Yes. No other work, just petting cats.
実はな。
If I had it my
昨
way.
夜会合の後、家に帰ってこないとかで、木並沢中で大騒ぎになったんだ。村中で探したみたいだけど、まだ見つかったって話は聞かないな。警察も探してるはずなんだけど。
Sorry, I'm messaging one of my friends back. It's like I'm popular or something now.
なんでそんな大事な話を先にしてくれな
What
か
did
っ
he
たんで
say?
すか
The police should be searching for him or something.
悪い。もう知ってると思ってたんだよ。隠す気なんかなかった。
Well, duh. If he goes missing, you know, as well as the hag, as well as, like, I guess they don't really know about, they think Shion's, like, in another town, and that, Neon is, well, Kasai still thinks that, doesn't know where Shion is, so he's gonna be looking for Shion. But, but, like, obviously, did you not think this through? You just left them down there and expected no one to come looking for them? Like, Shion, you a dumbass.
ケイちゃん私どうしよう
どうした？話せよ。俺たちの間で隠し事はなしだろ。
ごめん隠すつもりはなかったんですちょっと言うのが前後したっていうか
俺たちは仲間だろ。怒ったりしないから正直に話せよ。
私君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです
君吉のじいさんってのはシオンにとって相談できる心安い人なんだろう。
はい私のこと小さい頃から本当に可愛がってくれて私いつも意地悪なことをしてたのにいつもニコニコと笑って私の言うことは何でも聞いてくれて本当に優しい人だったのに
落ち着けよシオン。別に死んでしまったわけじゃないだろう。そんな簡単に諦めるなよ。
Casey tried to make me feel better, but he had no idea what was actually going on. No, he really didn't. It actually made me laugh.
村長さんに私あの晩最後殿に忍び込んだこと、誰かにそれを見られてて私たちを狙っている人がいるって。
村長さんは高野さんたちがまともじゃない死に方をしたのを知ってるのか？
はい、知っていました。あの二人がお社様のたたりで死んだから、私はその怒りを鎮める生贄にされるんじゃないかって本当に率直に言いました。
ああ、それで
君吉のおじいちゃん怒らなかった。そしてにっこり笑って、しおんちゃんがちゃんと反省してるなら鬼隠しになんかなるものかって。
Just for reference, everybody, I'm like super duper exhausted and not feeling my absolute best today, so I'm gonna finish this chapter, and as soon as this chapter is done, I'm probably gonna call it a stream, just to let everybody know. But I have been going on for like 2 hours now, so it's been normal stream time anyway.
本当に笑いながら任せなさい。
Quit the crocodile tears. I actually got a little sad while saying that. Uncle Kimiyoshi had been so reliable. I was happy when he said that he would protect Shion. I truly was happy. If only he hadn't said anything to insult Satoshi-kun.
私のせいです。私が打ち明けてしまったから。
よせよシオン。シオンのせいじゃないよ。
Oh, it is. It is her fault. She's a sadistic bitch.
私のせいなんです。私が打ち明けてしまったから。君吉のおじいちゃんが知ってしまったから。
Wow. The fact that she was manipulating him this whole time. Wow.
殺されてしまったに違いないんです。
I just, I can't.
打ち明けてすぐなんですよ。打ち明けて大丈夫って言ってくれたその晩に消えてしまった。
It was such a strange feeling. I wasn't upset at all, but as I pretended to be upset and muttered words of prayer for Kimiyoshi's safety, I started to feel that emotion growing inside of me. I was only pretending to be distressed to fool Keiichi, yet the emotion I feigned began welling up inside of me. Felt like I was being consumed by that emotion. So the words coming from my mouth weren't words I intentionally said. They were words that consuming emotion forced me to say. It was like someone else inside of me was doing the talking instead. And I was just watching that someone talk from a short distance away.
話すんじゃなかった。これは全部私たち4人のトガだったはず。
Horrifying indeed, yes.
他人に話してはいけないことだったんです。話したから殺されてしまった。知ったから殺されてしまった。
What happened with Satoko? We haven't seen the dinner scene yet.
打ち明けたから殺されてしまった。
Did she murder her too?
おい待てよ。そんなやつなら打ち明けた村長を殺す前にお前が
We
先に
skipped
殺すの
so
決まってる
much
じゃないか。
shit, and now I'm confused.
順番が違うよ。殺されるなら俺かシオンが先。他のやつらが先に死んだりするものか。
順番はあります。私たちを一番最後に殺すつもりに違いないんです。
Well, Rika's dead too.
なんだって？
人思いに殺さないで親しい人たちから順々に殺していって散々悲しい思いをさせた後に殺す、そういう狙いに違いないんです。
Yeah, it's why all the numbers, like, being odd, the fact that so many people have died, like, doesn't add up. It's because of the fact that Shion intervened so much. Like, if she hadn't have intervened so much, then a whole lot less people would have died. What I just said scared even me. Killing our loved ones first to harm us emotionally, and then only to kill us at the height of our suffering. Whoa, I felt something crawling up my spine. That's awesome. It's an awesome idea. I must not be human anymore. I really am a demon. Yeah, you really are. A human could never think of such cruel things. That would be one incredible hell. Your close friends dying one at a time after being tortured. And after that, you yourself get killed. What a great way to destroy someone's life. Ouch! Why was I getting so excited about this? Because I could get going with that plan right away. Oh my god, she has lost her damn mind.
リカちゃんリカちゃんだ。
え、今なんて言ったんですか？
俺も実は打ち明けたんだ。リカちゃんに今日。
Oh yeah, he did talk to her, and so did Shion.
リカちゃんってリカちゃまのことですか？フルデ神社のリカちゃま？
そうだよ、リカちゃんだよ。俺もどうしようもなく不安で打ち明けたんだ、リカちゃんに。
そうしたらリカちゃまはなんて？
猫さんも心配しすぎなので僕がきっと何とかしてあげますですよ。
Oh damn. So her going after Shion was to try to help save Keiichi, because she knew what Shion was doing. Oh damn.
リカちゃんはそう言って。ごめんシオン。
Oh damn. So she really was doing the right thing.
俺ちょっと。
And then this bitch. God damn it.
はい、そんなに心配でしたらぜひ電話を。安否を確認してみてください。
ああ、そうさせてもらう。
また明日もこのくらいの時間に連絡します。それをもって私の安否確認としてください。
分かった、待ってる。じゃあな、すまん、切るぞ。
Keiichi hung up roughly. Oh my god, I hate her so much. What a hilarious conversation with Keiichi. Everything was just too damn funny. Keiichi Maebara, go ahead and struggle helplessly. Run all over the village and see if this curse is still alive. Go ahead and see if my enemies are still around. I laughed for a while and then calmed down. I'd already got rid of the bicycles and shoes belonging to Rika and Satoko. Oh, she'd already killed her. Okay, she done. Alright. My house was, for the moment, taken care of. I could expect Keiichi to run around in a panic, to ask for help from someone, and then ultimately come to Mion. More than likely, the youth group would end up looking for Rika like they did with the mayor. Oh yeah, Rika and Satoko both went missing, that's right. I was wondering what was going to go on with that. It'd probably have to endure another long night again, knowing what we... Sorry, I'd probably have to endure another long night again, knowing nobody would find her. I decided to wait until the phone rang. I killed time by watching TV until it did. Wow!
ケイちゃん、本気で言ってんの？もし冗談だったらかなり怒るよ。
I've also yawned like 7 times, and I sincerely apologize. I am so freaking tired right now. I scolded Keiichi for suspecting that Rika had disappeared.
みーちゃん、本当に冗談だったなら怒るんじゃなく笑おうよ。だって冗談なんだから。私たちはそれが冗談であることを確かめなくちゃいけない。
The fact that they both went looking for them, and they knew, absolutely knew. She knew this whole time that they were dead.
そうだね。
Wow. There is a special place in hell for this bitch.
機嫌の悪そうなことを言ってごめん。
It's fiery, and it's destructive. And she's gonna burn for eternity. Rena rebuked me. While she looked quiet, I felt that she could be very terrifying under her skin. The first arc proves that, yes. I had no basis for that impression, but I still felt that way. I just didn't like her. I had disliked her ever since that rainy day at the bus stop. It wasn't that we didn't get along, though. How should I put it? I was at a loss for how to explain. Ah, that was it. I found a good example. When I was little, I always wanted to play tennis. Let me find a good example to explain why I don't like someone. Oh yeah, I used to play tennis when I was a kid. When they just randomly bring this stuff up, like, all of a sudden. Okay, I'm gonna follow you. Okay. I had my relatives take me to a tennis court, and they all praised my skill. I was doing nothing more than hitting a ball with a racket. But they told me I was talented. All this murder reminds me of tennis. What? But they told me I was talented, and that made me happy. When I went to school, I told my classmates I played tennis, and they told me that I was talented too. Then, one of my classmates, who was usually very quiet, said she also played tennis. Not only did she play, but she took lessons. Although I bragged about my serve, I was no match for her. I felt lonely and insulted that everyone was paying attention to her and not me. Oh, so she seriously has a complex, like, about feeling undermined and, like, wants to be better and wants to be noticed, but, like, nobody cares about her because she was Shion, and then now she wants to be Mion because Mion's the heir and everyone likes, you know, and respects Mion and nobody respects her. So now she's like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill everybody and be Mion because I freaking can and no one's gonna tell me what to do, blah blah blah. She's just all kinds of messed up right now. She was usually very quiet, but suddenly I realized that she knew more and had a lot of more experience than me. Run at the bus stop was just like that. I thought of myself as a demon now. I'd awakened part of me that was half human and half demon, the part that lived in Onigafuchi village. In fact, I'd already stepped into a world where normal humans couldn't go. I'd already surpassed my human limits. This isn't even my final form! I genuinely thought of myself as a superior being, having transcended the realm of mortals. Yeah, remember when this arc was about teddy bears and head pats, right? But when my eyes met with Rena Ryugu's, I felt what I did long ago with tennis. Why? Why did I feel that way with Rena? Maybe Rena's better at murdering than Shion is. I'd heard that in the animal world, during battle, animals glare at each other to display their strength. Only humans have to punch or kick each other to feel superiority or inferiority. Most animals can tell just by glaring at each other. In that case, could it be the same with Rena?
Mi-chan, 大丈夫?
ほらさ、昨日から寝不足でごめん。
Yeah, you know, you haven't slept because you've been murdering your friends and your family. You bitch. I just can't anymore with this girl. Keiichi climbed up a ladder and tried to peek into the windows on the second floor where Rika and Satoko lived. It was my job to hold down the ladder. Rena cautioned me to hold onto it tightly.
Mi-chan, 私念のため本宅の方も見てくるね。
And I had no idea. I had no idea this was Shion going with them at this moment. Wow.
すぐ戻るから。
Wow.
ごめん。よろしく。
Rena ran off after that. When I looked up, I saw Keiichi trying to open a window, but all of them were locked.
本宅ってなんだ?
Keiichi asked me from the top of the ladder.
フルデ家の本当の家だよ。
Oh gosh.
両親が亡くなって以来、ずっと放置して
My
ある
back
そう
is
だ
hurting
けど。
from all this stress that this game is giving me right now.
あ、そうか。
Intense with anger at this girl.
リカちゃんのご両親って亡くなってるんだよな。
I like Mion a lot better now that I know how bad Shion is.
さとこも親はいないよ。お社様のたたりってことで、両親が崖から落っこちてね。
Like, Mion has her faults, don't get me wrong. She can be sadistic, too. But, like, Shion, holy crap! What is happening right now? The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Right? For real.
お兄さんだったサトシ君もいなくなっちゃって。
サトシって前に聞いた名前だな。
He'd heard the name before. I felt anger growing inside of me. Oh my god. Literally don't say anything about Satoshi or she's just gonna kill you. My god. Don't you know whose desk you're using every day? You act as if it belongs to you. You drop food on it while eating lunch. You drool on it while taking a nap. Don't you know who it really belongs to? Well, it's not his fault that Satoshi disappeared. She's like taking her anger at this one thing that happened and just throwing it onto everybody else, which is not helping her in the slightest. That is not the correct way to deal with, like, loss, you know? Why am I acting this way? I'm Mion. Satoshi-kun doesn't even exist anymore. He was demoned away. It's hardly Kiichi's fault that he didn't know. It really isn't his fault. Like, jeez. Head pats are not that important. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna kill for head pats, guys. I love head pats, don't get me wrong. But it's not worth killing all your friends and family, guys. It's not. No. Mm-mm.
互いに身寄りのない一人ぼっち同士助け合ってね。
Mm-hmm. And you murdered both of them.
本宅って言ったか。
Wow.
そっちで暮らした方が楽だろうに。
初めはそうしてたみたい。でも両親を思い出すから辛いって言って。
After everyone in Satoko's family died, she started living with Rika. It only made sense. Satoko and Rika were best friends. They didn't care about the Hojo family or the Furude family. They had been best friends since before the Dan conflict. The reason why the curse never fell upon Satoko, Rika Furude probably had a lot to do with it. That made more sense than anything else, at least. I know, I am so freaking angry. Like, I am honestly shocked no one has, redeemed the Heather rage. Because I'm so freaking mad right now. Satoko was pardoned from the curse of the Hojo family, all thanks to Rika Furude's arrangements. You don't know that? You don't know that! Satoko had never been a victim of the Night of the Wanagashi. According to the curse system I'd uncovered, the last survivor of the Hojo family still living in Hinamizawa would be the perfect target for this year's curse. Therefore, whoever was responsible for executing the curse must have tried to take her life. However, nothing happened to her, proving that Satoko had escaped from the curse. That was really and truly infuriating. She might have been the head of the Furude family, but I still couldn't accept that such a girl had enough power to protect her best friend. Mion, no. Actually, Shion. Shion must have had the same power then. Just like Rika protected Satoko, Shion could have protected Satoshi. Damn it. Damn it.
Rika-chanもSatokoも大変なんだな。
Yeah! They freaking had it hard because Shion went out and murdered the hell out of them! What the hell? Like, Shion, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's my rage. It'll probably happen again, even without the redeem, but...
呪われてるんだ。
え？ミオン、お前今なんて言った？
Oh, this scene! Oh, she tries to play it off as a curse, when really it's her fault.
呪われてるって言ったの。
Wow, wow.
ミオン、お前なんて顔してんだよ。
Wow!
北条里子はね、お社様のたたりを一身に受けた呪われた子なの。
I can't accept that Satoko was pardoned from the curse, although she was a member of the cursed Hojo family. She was one of the cursed Hojos. Satoshi-kun wasn't pardoned, but Satoko was. She was cursed, but she got away. She escaped the curse, but Satoshi-kun didn't. I can't accept that. In fact, Satoko should have been the one to be cursed the most. She cornered Satoshi-kun physically and emotionally. That was why things got weirder and weirder, and in the end, everything went crazy. No, you're the reason everything's gone crazy. This is all your freaking fault. When I think back on it, it was Satoko who I hated most of all. She cornered Satoshi-kun. And as a result, Satoshi-kun disappeared. She started it. She caused it. If only she hadn't been there. Whether she was there or not, Satoshi was probably gonna get abused. It really didn't matter. Just as Rika Furude and Satoko had lived happily, maybe there had been a future for me too. Maybe Satoshi-kun and I could have started our lives together in Okinomiya. Yes, if I look at at both the beginning and the end, it's so obvious. Satoko's existence caused everything. Satoshi-kun had to kill his aunt because of Satoko. The three families used that need to create the curse, and then they killed him. The police were convinced he just ran away, but he'd never do that. He was the type of person who always did his best at everything. All by himself. She doesn't know this. Like, this is just her assumption of what is going on. She has no idea if this is what is actually going on. He was doing the very best he could for his only sister, yet he was forced to vanish. He worked so hard for Satoko. And though he was living just for her, he was erased. Poor Satoshi-kun. He was so underappreciated. That girl knew no gratitude. She was cursed. If you got near her, you'd meet the same fate. You'd be cursed to die, or disappear. That really was it. She was the main cause behind it all. She wormed her way into Rika Furude's good graces, and that was why the curse fell upon Satoshi-kun. Listen. You need to get over this, okay? Shion, this is not how we deal with grief, okay? The stages of grief, this is not how we deal with them. No. This is not how we deal with them. She should have died first. Then Satoshi-kun would still be alive. You don't know that! That's the thing, you don't know that! If he was alive, I could have done something for him. I can't forgive her. I can't forgive Satoko. I can't forgive that girl. There could be no peace with her. There can be no peace. She was the perfect target for the curse of 83. The curse of Oyashiro-sama. Rika Furude, the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Rika was dead. The reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama had died. There was no more god in Hinamizawa to deliver the curse. Oh, of course! Now she has a god complex! Of course! Of course! I'm the one who has to deliver it now. I'm losing my damn mind. This bitch, I hate her so much. I am Mion Sonozaki, the head of the Sonozaki family, one of the 3 families of Onikafushi. Now that all the heads of the 3 families are gone, there is nobody to surpass me. I will deliver the curse of Oyashiro-sama, and nobody else. I'll deliver it. I am the curse. I have become Oyashiro-sama. I feel hot bubbles boiling over deep inside of me. I could tell the demon inside of me wanted to roar. I noticed Keiichi was looking down at me. Calm down, Mion. He can't tell what you're thinking. Calm down, calm down. Wow. See, in all this time, she doesn't realize she has become just as bad, if not worse, than the hag herself that she hated all this time. She has become worse. She does not understand this. She thinks she is justified in what she is doing, and it is not true. At that point, I heard footsteps coming closer. I saw 4 or 5 adults, accompanied by Rena, running towards us with flashlights in their hands. One of them opened the lock on the cabin door, and we all went inside. Of course, there was nobody there. Satoko and Rika lived alone. I doubted Satoko would have left a note saying she was going over to the Sonozaki house, when Rika was there already. But it wouldn't be fun if she had. Because of that, I hurried into her room ahead of Rena to make sure there was nothing left behind. Rumor of Rika and Satoko's disappearance spread around the village quickly. More and more villagers gathered at the Furude shrine. Acting in place of the head of the Sonozaki family, I commanded them to search the village. The villagers nodded and scattered. How long had it been since the last time I was truly Mion? I felt so pleased that my body almost went numb. Lots of villagers went in and out of the shrine. They yelled at each other that she was nowhere to be found. Some suggested other places to look, and they all left. They made a lot of noise with their comings and goings. Members of the Women's Association brought out huge pots and gas cookers from the storage and got ready to cook for the men. That was when I noticed Keiichi unsteadily walking towards a corpse of dark pine trees. A corpse? A copse? I think I messed up this word before, too. It's like a huge collection of trees. Dense trees. What was he thinking? A corpse of trees. I mean... How stupid of him to be alone on a night like this. The person responsible for executing the curse was nearby. He wouldn't come back safely.
ミオンちゃん、おじゃが池の方もぐるっと探したけど全然ダメだね。
And I already understand the reason why she goes around and kills him at the end. Because he's trying to take Satoshi's place, and now she has a god complex, and now she feels like she has to take on the role of Oyashiro-sama's anger. So she's gonna kill him because he's trying to take Satoshi's place, and no one can take Satoshi's place in her brain. So he has to die because he's not Satoshi, and he can never be Satoshi, and he's trying to steal that spot. Which makes no fucking sense, but it does in her brain, so... Yep. Yep.
ありがとうございます。婦人部の皆さんがお味噌汁を作ってくれてますので。
ミオンちゃん、あの二人って自転車どこに止めてたんか知ってるかい？
さあ、多分境内の階段の下じゃないかな。まさかあの階段を担いで上がったりはしないでしょう。
ないんだよね。二人の自転車がさ、どこかに行っちゃったんだろうかね。
自転車で遊びに行ったならどうかもしれんな。町か。
だとすると、ひなみ沢の中にはいないんかもしれんな。
そういえばリカちゃまがいなくなったってのは誰が最初に気づいたんだ？
ああ、ケイちゃんだけど急に虫が知らせたんだとか。
前原屋敷のせがれさんか。なんや怪しいな。
そういえば前原家は来てないのか、この一大事の時に。
Oh, Maybara is suspicious. Yeah. Very sus, very sus.
前原家は懲戒未加入だから青年団の連絡網に入ってないんよ。なあ、すったらんしょうがな。
I'm so mad that they don't know it's her, and she's right freaking in front of them. Like, that's not fair that the freaking imposter is getting away with this. Like...
入ったろ、懲戒。あれさね、連絡網に名前が
I'm
載って
like
ないだ
just
け。
done. Like, I just want to punch my computer. This is so frustrating.
連絡網新年に作ったきりやんね。途中から越してきたから載ってない。
前原のせがれさんの虫の知らせってのがどうもな。
Guess who gave him that hunch? Shion!
第一発見者が一等怪しい言うやんね。そのせがれはどこ行ったんかいね。
さっき松林の方にふらふら行くのを見たよ。誰か呼んでくる？
She deserves to die. And she deserves to die bloody. Conveniently, I saw Keiichi and Rena walking back towards us.
ケイちゃん、どこ行ってたんだよ。
I know! Of course, back then, I had no idea what was going on. Keiichi is a dumbass idiot. He doesn't know anything. He's always out of the loop. No one, like, freaking... Anyways, like... To be fair, no one tells him anything. Like, he's always kept out of the loop. He doesn't understand how Hinamizawa works. So it's like, he just... You're seeing things basically from an outsider's perspective when you're playing as him. And so when you go into the answer arcs and you get the insider's perspective, it's like this huge revelation, like, oh my god, this all was happening, and no one had any idea because Keiichi didn't know anything.
ケイちゃんまでいなくなったのかと心配したよ。
すまん。
It looked like nothing had happened to Keiichi. If so, that's fine. That means I took care of all my enemies. Oh, it's Oishi! Hi, Oishi! I like you so much more than Shion right now. Can we incarcerate her and then let her die of old age inside of a cell, locked alone in a dark, cold place? Please, please, thank you. I heard the loud, sticky voice of a middle-aged man. A sticky voice? I don't like... No, that's not the word. It was Oishi. He must be confused about this year's incident. The scale of the curse this time is nothing like the previous ones. Oishi's informational network is about equal to or better than that of the elders on this town council. In other words, he could easily uncover a rumor that was circulating through the underside of the village. He must have come here to see if the disappearances of Kimayoshi and Rika had something to do with the changing of the lock on the ritual storehouse's door. The police will come for me, sooner or later. I am Mion Sonozaki. By removing all of the heads of the 3 families, my enemies, I have become the head in their place. I can't allow Mion Sonozaki to continue existing. I'll have to destroy the existence of the head of the Sonozaki family. When I destroy my own position, that is when my revenge will come to an end. More than likely, I'll have Oishi witness my final moments. My eyes and Oishi's met. Damn it, he thinks I'm suspicious already. And he's right, too! You are the culprit! You're right, Oishi. I did it. Mion Sonozaki, the head of the Sonozaki family, is the culprit. You bitch. I'm gonna go to bed angry. Wow. Oh my god, why? I can't believe I felt bad for her fingernails being taken off. She deserved to have all 10 fingernails cut off, and more! Notebook, page 195. Rika Furude. She was the head of the Furude family, but she never even appeared at the most important meetings. Even if she did show up, nobody would ask for her opinion, so it never really mattered if she was there or not. A legend in the Furude family says that if their firstborn child is a girl, for 8 generations in a row, the 8th girl would be the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. According to Takano-san's research, Rika Furude is very likely to be the one. Surely she must be an important icon to the cult of Oyashiro-sama. The true believers are devoted to her. So it's quite surprising to me that Rika Furude herself was the assassin. It's unbelievable. It's just too abnormal. Usually a VIP like her wouldn't be the one to assassinate someone. It's possible that it was Rika Furude lookalike. It was a Rika Furude lookalike. From the way she moved, she seemed experienced in fighting. It's not normal that a small girl like her would jump at me without faltering. I just got lucky because I had a stun gun. Without it, I don't know what would have happened. She was far more skilled than she looked. Was she trained as an assassin? Or was it a body double? Or was it the demon coursing through her? Everything is a mystery, including that creepy syringe. What's going on? I can't understand. She was like an apparition or something. Did Oryu Sonozaki know of her existence? What is hiding on the underside of this village? That underside might run much deeper than I thought. Oh, it do. It do. Alright, page 196. At this point, I believe that I can complete my revenge by destroying the curse system entirely. That means that I have to eliminate the heads of all 3 families, the successor Shion, and the assassins who are after Keiichi. Although Keiichi is completely unguarded, he hasn't been attacked so far, even though I told everybody that he was one of the trespassers. In fact, it's me who's being attacked. Rika Furude attacked me. Because Keiichi told her that, hey, listen, something's going on, and she knew what Shion was doing, and so she decided to take care of it, and oof. That did not work out well for her. According to my theory, Keiichi should make for a very attractive bait, but nobody has done anything to harm him. Since Rika Furude attacked me, it might be that the opposing Furude family is a greater taboo than trespassing into the ritual storehouse. Rika Furude had said that intrusion wasn't a big deal. She sounded like she was going to let Keiichi walk. And after I accused her of that, Rika Furude attacked me that very night. Are there 2 different factions? Does one handle trespassers in the ritual storehouse while the other protects the religious doctrines of the Furude family? No, that doesn't make sense. Tomitaki-san's death must have been caused by the Furude family's injections. Rika showed me the effect of it herself, clawing out her own throat and dying like that. Yeah, it has to be like a mentally stimulating drug that causes you to basically go nuts. But Tomitaki-san shouldn't have been subject to the curse, at least according to the system of the Furude family. I don't understand why Keiichi hadn't been attacked. Did he have something exempting him from the curse, unlike Takano-san? Just like how only Satoko Hojo was spared? Kiichi is a friend of Rika Furude's, so does that mean that if you were close to her, you wouldn't be cursed? Was she more important than the whole system? That's impossible. The hag was at the top of the curse system. So you think. These are all your conjectures. You actually have no idea what's going on, as I do not. Rika couldn't have been higher up than her. Scribble, scribble. Are there multiple ways to determine the subject of the curse? Are there as many curse execution groups as there are subjects, and do they all work separately? It's a mess. None of my theories add up. If I mess with my reasoning, I might make the wrong person the target of my revenge. I don't understand who the enemy is, or how Satoshi-kun was made to disappear. How much did the hag know? That really was a huge loss. I have so many things I wanted to ask her. I killed her by accident. Shit. In that respect, I've already failed in my revenge. The underside of Hinamizawa really does run too deep. Scribble, scribble. The whole page is blacked out with scribbles. Wow. Alright, so that's the end of chapter 12. Yeah. Cool, cool. So that's all that I have tonight. Let me see if there's anybody I can raid today. Let me see. There's a few people that I know. Oh no! Who do I simp? Who do I simp? Let's see here. Let's raid. I have not raided her before. Let's raid Arcanine, who is literally a female VTuber version of Arcanine, the Pokemon Arcanine, which I thought was really cool. And she has followed me recently and promoted me, so definitely go check her out. I really would appreciate you supporting her. I will be playing Higurashi again. I'm not sure when. That's up for debate. It'll probably be next Wednesday. Like I did tonight, but I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, I will stop flailing around and stop talking now. I'm very tired. I'm gonna go rest and sleep. But go check out Arcanine. She's super sweet, and she is doing art right now, so go check out her art and support her. And I will see you all. Oh, my stream ending screen is not working. There it is. I will see you all next time. Bye!